against the number of people who are applying. Kaya kung deadline na, mo gina bottleneck kita din ha. Number 2 na kung tip gid Marge. When you declare your gross sales or your gross receipts, be honest. Be religiously honest.
Or be near honest.
Kung kamo di gid nyo kayang ma-honest lang gyud kanang duol-duol na lang gyud sa kuan. Okay, we will talk about presumptive income level approach. Okay. The PIL, presumptive income level approach of the treasurer. That is the power of the treasurer to presume your gross sales or your gross receipts by looking at the business district, by looking at your business venture or the type of business that you have. Tan-awon lang gid na, imata-mata lang na siya. Pwede ra gid treasurer ilisan imong gross sales. Na magud sa gud kana magud imong gross sales Marge, mo diya na to i-base ang ato ang tax. Atong business tax. So from your gross sales, i-multiply na sa tax rate, then that is your business tax. If you will declare your gross sales lower, naturally, ang imo pong business tax, ubos po. Pero mao na nga ang treasurer, city treasurer, municipal treasurer, mutanaw sa inyong gross sales, pagtanaw niya, imo rang i-declare 100,000 a year. May naman, 100,000 a year, murag imposible naman yung 100,000 a year karong mga panahon na. Yan ang ilisan, yan mo ninyo 1 million, pwede na. Mingon mo, the city treasurer can be sued? No. You cannot sue the treasurer yet. Because you have to prove otherwise. Because the burden of proof will now be shifted to the taxpayer. Mo ni dako diring lalis. Because first, the city treasurer will have the burden of proof to prove, di ba? Imuha mo ni imong gross sales. But once the treasurer already imposes the presumptive income level of your establishment, of your business, then the burden of proof will be shifted to you that you have to prove that the presumption of the treasurer is wrong.
Kani pangutanan nako, merg na mo'y menu ana for this area mo ni presumptive income niya based.
Wala gid mi menu.
Wala
gid menu Marge. But you know, the treasurer is already murag kay tungod sa iyahang kanabang job description nga iyang one has to know the whole district of the city. Makabalo siya nga kini nga area, kani nga district, this is a business district. Dako og traffic dinhi, daghang tao. So dako ning halin dinhi. Okay? So namang most of the bookkeepers and even owners of establishments, come on, let us be honest about this. Dili gyud na sila mo declare. Because mo lang gisulti Marge nga na ako nung itulo ka libro hipuson ko nung usa ka owner of a business. Ikaw ay negosyante na maging ka. I don't know if you agree with this Marge. Number 1 is this is the book for the tax collectors. This is the book
for the consumption sa BAR.
BAR and treasurer. Okay. Another is the book for the banks. Kaning book for the banks inyo na puding patasaan pag-ayo ang inyong gross sales, inyong gross
window
receipts.
dressing.
Bahala na ilang window dressing gid nila kay para makadako mog loan. Okay. And the third book is the true books. Mao gid taguon gid sa inyong vault ug di gid ninyo ipakita bisag kinsa. Kay mao gid tinuod ninyong halin. So mao na siya nahibaw ta ana. You know, the authorities of the government know about this because first and foremost we also do business.
Ang city treasurer na ba visitorial power na
dako kay visitorial powers. In fact, we are the only ones in the local government. The treasurer are the only ones in the local government who is empowered to examine the books of accounts of all the business establishments.
I think I remember katong nagas na to si Philip Tan, di ba? He was telling us na nagpublic yun siya yung gipatanaw, di ba?
That's why ako siya ni-deputize ko sa akong staff to examine his books of accounts. Kaya naglalis man mi ato, no? Because ako man gi-presume iyang income and then ako gi-multiply to 10. Instead of like for example 1 million to yung i-declare, akong gihimog 10 million. Which you are empowered to. And once we will examine your books of accounts, ato ginin ko anon ha. Kanang books of accounts mga higala di lang gid ni resibo imong tan-awon. Amo ginang tan-awon kinsay na malit ninyo. Mo ni na magkatay-katay mo ning
examination.
Mag-matching na siya. For example, na ako'y negosyo. Pagtanaw na ko sa resibo, si Margarita yun, ipalit din ako. Ako po ito eksaminon ang libro ni Margarita yun.
Tinood ba yun, ipalit ko? Na-record ba yung purchase?
Yes. So, ikaw, Marge, mahasol po kag appeal. Most of the business establishments do not like nga i-examinon ilang libro. So, even with the presumption, they will just let go of the presumption, and sometimes they will just, sige,
kaysa ukayon na lang.
Yes, kay maybe number one, mas dako gid nun siguro makuha. Og number two, it might also inconvenience their customers. Kay mo lagi na magkatay-katay na more na siya ganang, it's a chain reaction of events gud na ang mahitabo kung na examination. So I'm not saying there is abuse of authority here of the treasurers, because the treasurers, in exercising the presumption, must also exercise it with care during the exercise of discretion. No, di na pwede pong whimsical and o kana yara pong sa iyang gusto ra, no, just to take vengeance against.
Nga mo nang 10 million.
No, that cannot be. You must also justify yourself in the course of exercising such discretion. Kay daghan mag-treasure nga tungod ilang kontrahan ang usa ka establishment, no? Ilang patakan lapog kuan presume. That cannot be. You must justify also. Ngano man imong tan-aw na to. How will a treasurer justify, March? Number one, pila ka tawo?
Pila ka
nagtrabaho, pila ka employees? Imong sweldo sa employees, imo nang i-total. Imong kuryente, imo i-total. Tubig, communication expense, transportation expense, rental of the place, maintenance of the place, imo nang i-total tanan. Ika-total nimo ana tan-awa imong gi-declare nga gross sales or gross receipts versus ang imong expenses. Mas mugamay imong gi-declare. Mao na nga di na mo base. Kay na may uban nga di mo sulti na mo tinuod kung pila ilang gisweldo. So what we do is that we charge them the minimum wage. They charge the minimum wage. And of course, kung manager ka, atong idoble ang minimum wage. Ana. So, mga things like that, those are mga justifications for a treasurer to exercise the presumption income level.
Ganiha, before we started the show, na-mention ako nimo ang SM na siya one-stop shop nga naa sa SM.
Mo na ang Cebu City. The Cebu City government did their one-stop shop in the SM Mega Trade Hall siguro.
Sa Trade Hall.
And then
ang
Mandaue, we also have two one-stop shops. One is in City Hall and the other one is at the sports complex. And we're still negotiating with Pacific Mall kung ma-allow mi nila. So
from now until the 20th.
Yes, from now up to the 20th. But after the 20th, we will have to centralize everything already at the complex, and after January 25, everything will be transferred back to City Hall. So muna after January 20, kung ma-receive na mo inyong application after January 20, then we will have to
patak na yun
add you the interest and the surcharge. But I heard ang Cebu City, March, kutob sila 23. January 23 sila. So after January 23, the surcharge and the interest will already accrue.
So gi-announce na ahead nga natin.
Yes, i-announce na ang Cebu City. Pero for Mandaue, it's only up to January 20. I have no idea yet of Talisay and of other municipalities in Mega Cebu as to when their deadlines are, but mao na siya. The law is very clear nga up to January 20 kita.
So continue duha na ka tips na hatag. First, be punctual in paying your taxes. Second, be honest.
Be honest, and third, your patience. Extend your patience as much as possible. Kay tungod sa kadaghang tao, you might be angry against those at the counter. Ladies and gentlemen, let us also be patient with the people in the counter, because they're also working, no? They are there even before 8 o'clock, and they go home even after office hours. They go home at about 9 to 10 o'clock in the evening. Sometimes wala pa mi kanang di na may mag-lunch break, no?
Continuous
continuous na siya. And then our lunch is not being taken care of, Marge, by the government. So usay kanang pagdalikyat to 10 minutes lunch, balik mi sa among trabaho. So in other words, mga higala, ang init sa ulo sa nagbantay sa counter, naapoy init sa ulo. Inyo pong sugaton sa init sa ulo. So, sometimes magka-clash. O di na po magawas ang mga reklamo sa mga taxpayers that people in the government, mga walay batasan. No? Kung sa Tagalog pa na, waray alo. Sa waray pa na, waray alo. No? Mga way, wow. Kay, mga saba man sa taxpayer. But, this is very wrong for the tax collector to do. Okay? Dili ni sakto, and it's not a justification nga kapoy mi dapat ming mga saba sa taxpayer, because remember, the taxpayers are the ones paying our taxes. Mo gani gisulti sa civil service nga mamayan muna, hindi mamaya na. No, so it is wrong for the tax collector or for even the people behind the counters to be shouting at taxpayers. But then again, magsabtanay lang kita during these times, no? Kay we also don't know the story of the person behind the counter, and we also don't know the story of the bookkeeper or those who are also
sa bookkeeper
doing
nga
their
hapit
transaction.
nga ibalik niya kasabaan sa siya.
Diba? So kanang muna gid patience lang yun for each other. Kay at the end of the day, if both of us are very patient, mahuman na lagi ang transaction gud nimo, Marge. I lang gud mo na kung if you have a transaction during January, make that your priority. Ayun na pagkuan og lain, 'di ba?
Dapat top of the list by the time resume na tog office, mo gini unahon.
Kana na lang yun, no? If kung dili mo bookkeeper, kung kamo mismo nag-asikaso sa inyong transaction sa renewal of business permit, just devote even for a day. Mahuman na lagi gid na.
Especially if you do it now nga layo pa sa 20.
Correct. I promise gyud nga mahuman gid na siya. Even kung prior lang gid unta, kung sayo-sayo lang gid 7 minutes makuha na ninyo inyong permit. Pero kung magadul-dul mo sa deadline, one day mahuman na inyong kuan. Most of the time good ingnon man mo sa treasurer's office nga balik na lang ugma, just to be sure that your transactions will be finished, and also for you not to wait for that long. But if you have kay layo inyong gipuy-an, pwede rin mong muhuwat. It's not really a problem kung muhuwat mo. Namang uban good like Cebu City, Marge nga, gikan pa ito sa bukid. Naman, usara ka ilang one-stop shop ba ya? That's why nga, I have been telling the Cebu City government, you have to establish more one-stop shops. Kay, imagine kung nakaspit-os mo, adto kag si SM City lang just to, kuan ba, di ba? Ang kalayo ba? So, they could have divided it by districts. But then again, I cannot, those are just suggestions from one treasurer to the other. But kami sa Mandaue City, small as we are, we're even putting 3 to 4 one-stop shops in Mandaue City just to put convenience also to the taxpayer. Okay, they have been paying taxes to improve the efficiency of collection also. So mas maayo gid unta.
Bitaw manguliktan nam gyud ka, make it easier na.
Di ba? Kay as much as possible, especially with the rising technological enhancement and advancement of our society right now, murag they are expecting us to be more efficient in collecting.
If I may, di ba, Gal, you're the one in charge sa ISO certification sa Mandaue. So,
yes.
mga steps murag nanay ISO.
As of today,
padung na din ha.
We are not yet accredited ISO.
But it's gearing towards there.
But as of December 15, 2014, we have already been ready for ISO. So we are ISO ready. In other words, kuwang na lang gid mi og audit externally and the certification of the international International Organization for Standardization, mana ISO.
Ang Mandaue ba yung first nakapakuan? Certify
in Region 7, yes, we might be.
Wow.
We might be. So I'm not saying we will be. I'm not saying kami na gyud, pero I am hoping against hope nga makuha gyud namo within the year ang ISO accreditation. But Marge, I have to be very frank and honest about what's the situation of Mandaue City right now. For the next 2 days, or for the next 3 days, we might be in experiencing some glitches, and the reason for these glitches we will be telling you after these few reminders. Okay, so we're back. About the glitches.
Unsa man yung mga glitch nga to ma-experience?
Di ba gid mga, no? Ang na-experience mo sa Mandaue City karon, in 2014, the last quarter storm of 2014, nag-increase ang Mandaue City sa ilang tax rates. Kami nag-increase sa tax rates, nag-increase mi sa fees, garbage fees, mga all kinds of permit of mayor's fees. Karon pag-increase namo, kailangan na i-encode sa among system. No? Kay computerized man itanan, Marge. Lisod ang pag-encode sa system because you have to break the walls. No, kana mga tawag dilang mga firewall, mga ana. So every rate you have to break one wall. So,
mano-mano gyud.
Mano-mano gyud ang pag-break ana nga firewall sa ato ang database. So that's why it took them a long time. They started encoding or re-encoding the rates in
Fourth
December,
quarter.
yes. In December 20, almost 24 hours. Up to last night, no? Up to last Sunday night, March. Last Sunday, wa pa sila nahuman. No? So, they said that they will be finishing this by Wednesday, by tonight. Tonight, karong gabi una mahumanin nila. So, I hope by tomorrow morning, that's Thursday, they will already be we can already be back on track on their computer system. But as of now, mano-mano gitanan, manual, Marge. Pag issue na mong sedula, manual. Pag assess na mo, manual. So, it